Hello there, long time no see. So, as you can see, I'm on a walk and I'm walking towards the allotment, not towards my shop for once. So it's been a fair while. I've got no idea how long it's really been. I've been popping up to and from the allotment a little bit, but yeah, just haven't really been doing very much to really warrant making a video and things like that. And in December, worked long hours in the shop, but new year, new time to come and grow things. So I'm just gonna finish making my way there and show you around. And I'm back, as if no time had passed at all. I'm here sitting on the step of my shed, taking it all in, just enjoying the peace and quiet up here. I don't think that there's anyone else up here at the allotments at all today. I've seen one car in the car park, but yeah, in my vicinity there's no one up here. I've got a new plot neighbour, so one of the plots next to me has been taken since I've been away, which is fantastic. It's always nice to see the place being used, and hopefully we'll see them at some point. So the allotment, my plot 36, it's looking a little bit weedy. There's an awful lot of grass growing everywhere, like where I've dug and raised beds and things, grass is cropping up. So I don't know whether that's because during the summer grass seed just sort of seeded itself and now it's just getting everywhere. So yeah, gonna have to do an awful lot of weeding, and also there's so much of this stuff back in. Yeah, so thankfully it's quite easy to pull out, so the roots are not too tangly in the soil. But yeah, there's so much of that everywhere that I'm gonna need to deal with. So already got my weeding bucket out and prepared. So what I'm going to do today, really, just to ease us back into vlog life from the allotment, is a bit of a tour, really, just show you the state of things and start thinking about some list of jobs to do in the new year. I think it's still too early, really, to be thinking about sowing very much. Obviously things like early potatoes maybe, but then you're going to be at risk of frost, so there's even that. But I mean, like onions and garlic, but I already got all of those in, they've been overwintering, so I don't think that there's really an awful lot of sowing for me to do. It's the polytunnel is obviously great for keeping things warm, but that requires a certain amount of sunlight and warmth anyway, so I think I'm just going to hold off for a little bit and get some more of the tidying done. I don't know if you can tell behind me, the shed is a complete state. During winter it's just been like chucking cardboard in from the shop up here to, yeah, goodness knows what, and yeah, there's all sorts going on. So what we'll do is we'll just go for a little quick tour, really, if that's all right with you, whilst I get myself up and sorted out with what I'd like to show you. If you wanted to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, turn on notifications, all of that good YouTube stuff would be awesome. So I thought we'd start up here at the top of the path and make our way down. So yeah, all the little lavenders that I put in from Urban Herbs seem to be doing alright. There is a massive outbreak of that weed underneath the regular rosemary, and the regular rosemary needs a trim. I need to do some more real cooking, to be honest. The lavender as well, I need to figure out how to prune that back. I presume I just chop the dead sticks out and sort of maybe sort of neaten the bush up a bit, as it were. But yeah, that's all looking alright. You can see where I've made a start on weeding the path, just down that one edge. Haven't done the other one yet. And then over here with the wild flower beds, last year it was a bit more of a wild grasses bed, which wasn't great, so I'm tempted to just pull as much of it out as I can, just take it back to just bare dirt and rescatter some old flower seeds again for this year, see what I can get out of it. But yeah, I think, yeah, something needs to happen with it. It's not looking great. Just going to ignore what's happening down the side of the shed. At least it's looking neat and tidy, if not a little bit grassy. Definitely going to ignore what's happening in there. And then as we come back around to here, yeah, so we can see this is where I sowed a load of the cornflower seeds and something else as well. Can't remember what it was, just before Christmas really, maybe even October, November, but you can see it's got grass in it and it's got more of that weed. And apologies, I can't remember who it was that said what it was, but yeah, that's easy to pick out. So then, yeah, if we head back up along the herb beds, this time is the lemon curd time, and that's just doing beautifully. Again, needs a haircut, it's sort of creeping over. Also, all of the beds are starting to look quite nice and weathered in. I don't know if you've seen sort of my earlier videos, but when I first painted them they were like bright whites, they just like popped, but now they're weathered in, it's looking really, really good, a bit more rustic, which is nice. This one, not a lot happening in here. Bertie, the basil mint, I've got no idea what's going on, he's just looking a bit leggy, just trimming back or something. And then I've got all of these lovely thymes up here that are doing fab. I think it was only one of them in the end that failed. But yeah, that bed's looking a little bit more subdued after I went a bit crazy with the perlite. So down here at the end, this is where I've got my daffodils and my snowdrops. And over here we can see a tiny little bit that looks like snowdrops are trying to do their thing, which is pretty cool. So then, looking back here, so this bed, yeah, mixed bed of stuff. So these I just left in as, yeah, why not? If anything wants to eat them, they can. And then I'm going to pop the rest into the compost bin as and when. So these, I can't remember if these are onions or garlic, so I'll have to refer back to my previous video. But yeah, these are all starting to look really nice, and the bed's not looking too bad in terms of weeds. It gets a little bit worse down here when we get towards, look what I found when I was looking under here. World's largest turnip. It's quite a whopper that I didn't realise that I'd grown. I'm just going to leave that there for now. One day I'll pull it out when I need a laugh and see what's going on. But yeah, that's this bed, and yeah, some more garlic doing its thing down here. That's all going really well. Over here on the bench and this kind of area, these are the gladioli that just decided that it was summer and that they were going to start coming up. Don't think any flowers have happened, but that's a bit weird. I don't think I was meant to put the gladioli bulbs in when I did. I think they're meant to be lifted for the winter and then put in the spring, so oh well. And what else have I got? Big bags of coffee grounds. So I work next door to a coffee shop and they bag up most, if not all of their grounds, I'm not sure. And then yeah, I grab it, so that's going to go into the compost heap, which is pretty rad. Nothing to see in the old polytunnel. It's just filled with a little bit of rubbish and grass, so I need to get some cardboard boxes up from the shop and get that covered so it's ready. That's going to be my next job really, is prepping that to start growing stuff in. So this bed I've actually taken pretty good care of over the past month or two, and these are my Japanese tough ball onions, white onions growing from seed, so I just need to thin some of those out now to give them the space to continue to develop really. And then down here, this is all of my red onions ready for chutney making, so they're doing pretty well. Yeah, the stems are starting to come on quite a few of them. Some are fired, some haven't, some have been dug up. That is life. But then you can see down here, again, like I was just saying, there's just grass popping up everywhere, grass outbreak. So who knows? And then we come on to the two beds that I was experimenting with in terms of how to cover them up. So this one here was where I sowed a load of green manure seeds into it, and what was meant to happen was it was meant to become like a carpet of like this green, I think it was mustard or something like that, and then you just sort of dig it into the soil and it regenerates it, adds some bulk, some nutrients, etc. back into it. And I don't believe that any of this is green manure. I think it is all just weeds and grass. So never mind, we'll try again another time. And yeah, so that will just need to be weeded and topped up with some fresh soil ready for this growing season. This one, on the other hand, didn't do too bad. So this one was the one that I covered with cardboard. You can see the remnants of a lot of the cardboard, but I don't think I put anywhere near enough on, so it kind of, once it got wet and shredded, yeah, it was just light and started blowing everywhere in the wind, so that's that. However, it has done a good job. There's little bits of sort of grass cropping in at the edge, but on the whole, this bed is looking pretty good. So not an awful lot of work to do there at all. Down here then, this is the bad end of the plot. I say bad, the needs work end of the plot. So this is going to be a major task, and I know I keep saying this, but this is where all of that is going to be built into compost bins, so that's a huge job to do, and yes, something I'm really looking forward to getting my teeth stuck into. So I've got that to do. I've got the inside of the polytunnel really to sort out, so what I want to do is sort of just have some decking down the centre to create a bit of a pathway, beds on each side where I can grow from, and just at the far end inside running along the back, I just want to create a little sort of workbench out of this stuff. So that would do me, so maximum sort of area along the sides. The path down the middle doesn't need to be that wide. I know I am wide, but I'm not that wide, and yeah, that would be good. So yeah, some jobs. Oh, and then I need to finish off, so I've done all of the edging along the sort of this side, but then this side I've just got this sleeper and then it runs out into just sort of the weeds and the mess. So yeah, now is the year to finally get the old blue and white paint out and get that all finished. Shed's not looking too bad, obviously, from the outside. The inside's horrendous, but you can see it's starting to weather down as well, just like the raised beds. So that's a little less in your face, as it were. Nothing wrong with in your face. Oh, and then back here, the old currant bushes. So the frame's looking good. It's still stood the test of time. Need to do a bit of pruning back, winter pruning on the currant bushes, so that they don't grow inside the polytunnel and stuff like that. But anyway, that was the state of play for the allotment as of whatever it is today, 20th, 23rd of January. Well, I think it's time to go home really. It's not really getting on, but the sky isn't looking particularly promising for the day. So I've done some weeding, shown you guys around the plot and what the state of play is. So I think I've got sort of a plan of what needs to be done and some ideas for upcoming videos, and yeah, getting ready really for the growing season. I'm fired up, to be honest. It wasn't anything like sort of the break that I had in the summer where things sort of went a bit awry and I was fearful of coming up here. I've been raring to go and wanting to be here. It's just like in December I had to open up the shop. Well, I didn't have to, I chose to open up the shop 7 days a week. I literally didn't have a day off from something like the 28th of November through until I closed the shop at, I think it was about 1 o'clock on Christmas Eve, and yeah, throughout all that time I was just open, like late night shopping, etc. It was wild. I mean, I possibly might not do that again. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, it was fantastic, and yeah, it was really lovely to help more people to be able to shop more sustainably. If you're watching this and haven't seen any of the sort of like the shop life videos as well, so I run a sustainable living shop here in Taunton, and I'm actually just in the process of finding new premises. So I'm going to be moving at the end of February to a new shop, which is super exciting, a little bit scary to be honest, but there'll be more on that in videos. If you're interested, I'm trying to keep so previously I flirted with the idea of having some shop life videos and some allotment life videos on the channel. I know some of you are okay with that, but I think that the majority, and myself included, would rather just keep this flat out allotment life rather than shop life. So I'm going to do my best to do that and just keep it strictly growing up here. But what I have done is I've joined TikTok. Yes, I'm now down with the kids, as they say. That is now where I'm sort of doing a lot of shop life stuff. So I'm making videos about what's happening each day, any new stock that's coming in, sort of general goings on and things like that. So it's pretty cool actually. So if you are on TikTok, I'll put details somewhere around so that you can tap on it and go and have a look at what I'm up to on there. And then Facebook, Instagram, Twitter are still just going to be sort of amalgams of shop, allotment, litter picking, life in general. One final reminder to do all of the YouTube with business, such as liking, smashing of buttons, etc. to subscribe. What you could also do is check out my Patreon if you're interested. It's a way of supporting creators like myself, and now I'm not going to call myself an entrepreneur. I'm not an entrepreneur, I'm a business founder, to help creating content and life, etc. like that. So please check that out if you want to. I've got some wonderful patrons. They get a weekly update from myself as to what's going on in general, so a bit of behind the scenes knowledge as to what's happening, etc., and various other perks and discount at the shop as well. If you live further away, you get a discount on the online shop. If you live around the shop and are able to get to it, that's rad, and you get a discount when you come in as well. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling now because I'm not used to signing off videos, so I'm just finding lots and lots of things to say at you. Have a fantastic week. I'm going to be litter picking next weekend, and then I'll be back the weekend after with another allotment video, and we're just going to go on like that every sort of alternating fortnight of litter picking, allotment life, litter pick, allotment life, etc. Anyway, have a fab time. I will see you soon. Drop a comment below. I love hearing from you guys, knowing what you're up to. Welcome on board to all of the new people that have joined in my hiatus, who have said that they have got an allotment and that I'm kind of helping. I really appreciate that. I'm glad that I am, and I'm showing sort of the realness behind the being new to an allotment and sort of, yeah, just figuring it out as you go along. Anyway, good luck to you all. Take care, take it easy, stay safe, and catch you soon. Cheers.